We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hello everyone, and good evening, and welcome to the Pitch Live, syndicated in reality broadcast. We're streaming to you live here at latalklive.com, bringing you real talk over the internet and smartphones to startups within the fields of technology, education, entertainment, and the media industries. Thank you so much for tuning in with us live, where we'll broadcast here every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific to discuss topics that are relevant within the tech industry from some of the most successful and prestigious industry experts, entrepreneurs, and investors. Also, Pitch Live wants to cater to tech startups for a chance to demo their digital products right here live on air for a chance to win big, y'all. At the second part of every show, 6 startups will have the opportunity to pitch live of their startup product or idea before a panel of judges who will then make a decision on the top 2 pitches that are being presented. But wait, it doesn't end there. You, the audience, will also have a way or say on the way or who you feel best presented the best pitch and can overrule the judge's decision. That's right, I said overrule their decision by casting your vote in real time via the mobile, web, your tablet, or on your desktop on who you believe gave the best pitch for a chance to win and move on to the next level, which is Pitch Live on stage. Finalists and winners gain access to some of Igly's best and greatest steamy resources, technology, services, exposure, brand awareness, capital funding, and here's a big one. Are you ready? It's an opportunity to work with one of the Innovate Globally's team of developers, designers, and innovators that will work with you to plan, execute, validate, and deploy your minimum viable product that will be built to scale and also to accelerate your digital business model. So submissions for the month of November around your digital products, such as mobile and web applications catered for the field of technology, will open up on October 21st, 2015, and will be selected by the Pitch Live team, announced by Friday, October 30th. For more information and details on how to participate, submit, and be selected to pitch live to win on air and gain access to these endless list of opportunities offered right here on Pitch Live, please visit our website at www.pitchlivetowin.com. Today's show topic is featured on Mastering Disruption in the Digital World of Media and Entertainment, where we'll get into some of the discussions on the ways in which new technologies are disrupting and impacting the media and entertainment industries. You guys know that consumers are using a greater number of devices through an omni-channel experience to get the content they want, allowing them the freedom to be entertained wherever they are and however they want. How the media and entertainment industries are going to be dealing with these challenges and faced with the digital media technologies that are growing at such a rapid pace, well, we'll be discussing some of those trends right here on Pitch Live. We'll also be talking about how the media and entertainment traditional business models will be able to keep up with the right analytics and statics that can cost millions, if not billions of dollars on marketing dollars to the right demographics. Make sure you stay tuned in to Pitch Live right here to discuss and hear these topics that are being discussed from some of our show's guests right here tonight. That includes Carl Dawson, Craig Mitchell, and Charles Hollis. They'll be here to share with us some of their experience around these special topics and give great information surrounding such topics such as these. Right now, we're going to go ahead and break for a commercial break before we get started. But make sure you stay tuned in to hear from some of our great feedback from our special guests regarding the mastering disruption in the digital world of media and entertainment We'll be back. Stay tuned.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Dr. Levi, your fitness doctor, making a personal house call, inviting you to join me Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific for my all-new show, The Dr. Levi Show. Join us as we discuss fitness, health, and well-being, including emotional and spiritual health. So don't forget to tune in to the Dr. Levi Show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. You can also catch us on iTunes, Radio R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv, or catch us on the Live 365 network. And now on Radio Flag and Stitcher Radio. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Starla Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for a new show right here on LA Talk Live, The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Welcome back to Pitch Live, streaming live here at latalklive.com. I'm your host, Shelon Douglas, for tonight's topic is being featured on Mastering Disruption in the Digital World of Media and Entertainment. Be sure to give us a call towards the second part of our show and ask any questions you may have surrounding tonight's featured topic or any of the pitches that you will have the opportunity to hear pitched live in our studio today. We also like to invite you to join us in on a conversation by the second part of the show by calling in at 323-473-3100. Make sure to also be sure to follow us, like us, engage us, and connect with us on our social media channels at Pitch Live to Win via Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and you guessed it, YouTube. At this time, I would like to go ahead and introduce to you our wonderful guests. My first introduction is to Carl Dawson, aka Clockwise. He is a music producer and IT technician for well over 20 years. Born in San Francisco and raised here in Los Angeles, he was destined to be a part of the music industry due to his family ties in entertainment. He also has a background in the world of technology, helping those that have been stagnated in the technical world of computers and network. He also has a passion for both realizing that both entities go hand in hand. And he is also unapologetically gifted, y'all. Welcome, Carl.
Thank you, Shelon.
Next, my guest that I would like to introduce is Charles Hollis. He is the founder of Digital Insight, and he is a digital strategist, product designer, and cross-platform storyteller with an interdisciplinary background in web, mobile, entertainment, and marketing. Charles has written, directed, and produced short films distributed internationally on networks such as Sprint TV and Comedy Central. Through his courses and workshops at USC, UCLA, and Fox Entertainment, Charles has helped writers and filmmakers explore creative ways to extend narratives across digital formats and platforms. Welcome, Charles.
Thanks.
Next. Your claps. Next to Charles is my guest, Craig Mitchell. Craig serves as the administrative vice president of the ASO, which is located at Southwest College, and double majors in business and theater. He also focuses to enhance the quality of academia for all students and thrive as a staple in the business and entertainment world. He has done major and minor work on stage and film and is a successful musician in the religious world. His love and work in the theater and music department is ongoing, but his love and passion is community work. He is a successful pastor, y'all. Praise us.
Yeah. Amen.
Of 2 churches and partners with other prominent nonprofits on a number of major community activities that feed, clothe, put smiles on faces of an average of 300 to 400 children per event. Wow. Mr. Mitchell's goal for Southwest College is to take the invisible voice of student to make them visible. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Craig.
Thank you.
Well, I'm excited to have this conversation about mastering disruption within the media and entertainment industries. It holds passion to my heart. I've had the opportunity to attend a couple of conferences in the past several weeks where I've had the chance to talk to and listen to industry experts within the media industries, and this is such a big deal that's taking place right now. So I'm going to pose a question to the panel, and by far, any of you just go ahead and take a shot. My first question is, I want to discuss about how technology is changing our world as we once knew it, right? And so it's growing at such a rapid pace, especially dealing with digital technologies. We all agree with that, right? We see it on a daily basis.
Yes.
So I would like to know if any one of you can just get into some of the trends on how you see consumers being engaged on the media and entertainment outlets.
Well, I'll say, from my perspective and my world, we once were moving through analog. Everything was plug up. Back in my day, we were just talking about earlier, we were dealing with AOL, listening, waiting for the modem to finish and sounding off and waking everybody up. We were in those days where things were slower, but now technology is taking over in the music world for us. Even in the church world, everything is digital.
Right.
Nothing is plug up. Everything is Bluetooth and wireless. And it is giving us the freedom. For some people back in our older predecessors, they would be afraid of such technology. But this technology has given us the freedom to be faster. It's exposed us for the smart people we are, and it given us the ability to show our intelligence as a people. And I'm actually excited about the next wave as well, because if this is where we are today, I just remember we were dealing with pagers, texting, sending messages.
Did he say pagers, y'all?
Yeah, I said pagers.
I wonder if my kids even know what that is.
Right? I heart you, But now, I lost my Note 5 yesterday, and I felt like I lost half of my brain,
Gotcha.
Wow.
Because everything is digital in my life now.
Right.
Everything I do is digital. Even when I minister from my tablet, or I minister from my phone, because everything is digital, and that's not a crutch, as some would think. It's an advancement.
What about you, Charles?
And all those devices have us used to getting things on demand. So like back when I was a kid, I look forward to Saturday mornings because you had cartoons. But now kids these days, they just turn on Netflix and they've got like a big selection of cartoons to choose from.
Right.
We used to watch different shows and dramas and things of that nature just because that's like all that was on TV. But now you can pretty much watch whatever you want to on Netflix. So people are used to getting entertainment on demand. They're moving away from, you know, having to be in a specific place at a specific time to consume their content. They want to do it anywhere. You've got the mobile devices, so you don't even have to be in a specific place. You don't have to be in the living room anymore watching the TV. You can watch it on your mobile devices. And so those are a couple of the ways that consuming entertainment has changed significantly over the past 10 years, let's say.
10 years.
Yeah.
What about you, Carl, in the music business?
As far as the music business is concerned, it's made it more accessible to those that didn't get an opportunity to afford to buy an album.
That's true.
You can actually download the single for 99 cents. You could actually stream it to hear it. You know, where you would have to, back in the day, you would have to actually either wait for the radio to play it, or look for one of your friends in the neighborhood to actually, you know, have the the tape or the record, so you could actually, you know, get close to whatever their concept is and try to see if, you know, if it's for you or not. Now you don't have to go through all of those changes in tech, you know, with the technology today. To wait. Everything is about now. So I mean, anywhere from your smartphone communicating to televisions, from your televisions telling you who's calling you, to your refrigerator telling you when your groceries are low.
Wow.
You know, I mean, it's revolutionary. Some things scare people because change is a hard thing to accept.
Right.
But once you get used to it, it becomes the norm. You start to appreciate the things that they create. And first off, technology is actually us.
Okay. Explain.
Without us, there wouldn't be any hardware or software. So we are technology. When we actually build the devices, they become high tech.
Okay.
So the concept of technology is you have to start with yourself first.
Okay.
We're built like mostly everything that you look at today. They take it from the concept of a human being. For instance, the computer, it has a brain, it has memory, it has a hard drive, it has wires. The wires represent the veins in our bodies. The chip represents our brain. The hard drive represents our heart, which we store things. You know what I mean?
You're getting deep, y'all.
Right.
Wow.
I thought I was going to be there.
I'm sorry, but I mean, basically it's just to give people a layman's term of knowledge of how things are going and how things are built. A lot of people don't look at it in that manner.
Okay.
But even cars have a battery, it have wires. It's built like us.
Yeah.
You know, pretty soon cars will be able to catch viruses just like us. So if you don't take care of your car, it's going to get sick just like us.
Well, I can attest to that because I used to have a Mercedes R350. And one little thing goes wrong. It's just nothing but a big computer. So
Yes,
one thing goes wrong, you know,
Yes,
I
it
was
is.
crying, like, please help. So, you know, Carl, I'm going to start back with you then because it kind of goes into my next question that I want to ask. This is for the panel and it's related to your respective fields. And that is, you guys all have experience associated to some type of capacity of technology within the media and entertainment industry, correct?
Yes.
So explain to me, Carl, you start. Explain how you've seen this technology disruption related to music.
The disruption came from accessibility. When you have access to certain things, you find ways to get it without even paying for it.
Okay.
In my own opinion, they created a tool that backfired on them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Back in the day, there was no way you could recreate a record. You could copy a tape, but there was a few, but really nobody took the advantage of going out and selling cassette tapes. You might find them here and there, but it wasn't as big as it is today.
Okay.
All of a sudden, when the DVDs and CD burners came in, it was only to back up your information and back up all of the things that you have already purchased.
Okay.
But when you actually put things out there without, you know, there were rules and regulations, but they didn't know it was going to go to this magnitude.
Okay.
So once it did, they had to create another department to try to shut it down. But by that time, It's like a virus. It just spread it. Everybody learned how to burn CDs and DVDs, and it became a hustle for some. It put food in people's mouths. It became more of a promotional tool for new artists. Even though that it hurt record sales, it gave people an opportunity to inquire within if they weren't if they weren't out there already.
Okay.
So it's a give and take. It's a struggle.
Okay. When you say that, it makes me think about self-made artists being recognized on YouTube. You know, you get enough hits.
Yes.
Then next thing you know, you a star. You a starra.
Because, you know, as an artist, originally, you know, if you wanted to be out there, you had to go and try to sell your stuff from the trunk.
Right.
You know, you were on the black market, you were underground.
Right.
And so you were selling your CDs or tapes from the trunk, and the distribution, you were the distributor. Yes. You know, but you were limited to time and space. Because there was no technology to actually get your product out there the way you really wanted it to be out there. Nowadays, you make a song, you put your song on YouTube or iCloud, you put it anywhere. It's everywhere now.
Right.
You know, and so I think with all of the negatives, you know, in the music field, the positive was the fact that we can finally push our music out there and avoid the big man coming in and taking so much money out of the artist's pocket. You know, as I've seen so many musicians, they make so little while someone else behind them makes more because they have the power to push their music out.
Right.
Well, a lot of times people depend on the internet too much. I believe in still going back to the pen and pad.
Yeah.
Going to the internet can be very dangerous to people that are trying to get discovered. Why? Because it's easy to, if you even have a website, they have programs that can capture your website. They have programs that can capture your music. Even if you don't put the tools in there to stop people from downloading, they have sound recorders that can record anything that goes through your sound card. So there's no way to really stop it. So a lot of musicians are making money on the road and merchandise.
Yeah, that's true.
That's deep, because I think about intellectual property at that point when you talk like that, and we'll get into that conversation or topic of that a little bit in just a few minutes. But I want Charles to give us his take dealing with the same question in regards to filmmaking.
Now filmmakers have the tools to be able to do what they weren't able to do in the past without the backing of like a production company or a studio. So the equipment is affordable. I've seen some movies and shorts that were shot on an iPhone. iPhone has a really good video camera now, HD,
I tried
whole
to
9
use
yards. So you get that, you get a tripod, some basic rigging, and you have what you need to start shooting video. As was mentioned before, you can put it online, you can get an audience for it, and you can do everything yourself. So it's really removed the barriers in terms of production and distribution as well. Also, it's what's interesting to note is that in the past you either had like a film or you had a television show, and everything had to sort of fit within these time constraints.
Right.
But now with YouTube and other video sites, you can make different types of stories that have different durations, and you can upload it, and you can almost like create different formats of video and storytelling now. So that's also very exciting. In terms of marketing, what I've seen a lot of lately is people using the social media and mobile and other channels to not just market the films, but also extend the borders of the story. So bring the characters into the real world. So not just marketing it, but actually extending the story across different platforms and formats.
And see, these types of digital technologies is what causes the media and entertainment business models to start being disrupted, right?
Yes.
Because now it's like the money is able to be made more on the consumer side now, and the recognition and the awareness versus the traditional business models that we are, we were used to in the 20th century, right? Dealing in regards to, the music and the entertainment industries and the filmmaking and theatrical and just different things like that. One of the topics that just embedded in my mind last week was that this young lady who happens to be one of the panelists, she was just talking about how now, and I started noticing this too, now movies are considered secondary. Like if you were to go and see a movie and go to the movie, the regular theater, y'all. Look, the regular theater, y'all. How now it's considered secondary, and that they're looking at digital, like on demand, to be primary. And how now, like going to the movies, that secondary is considered like one big commercial, if you will. And I'm thinking that has to be a pretty darn good, expensive commercial. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like wigging me out a little bit, I guess, in regards to this disruption, because you're talking about millions, if not billions of dollars that is costing, these business models. So
yeah, there's some movies that don't even get released.
Yeah.
There's not even a theatrical release. Like I've seen movies, Samuel L. Jackson was in one. It was just on DirecTV. So it's their original content.
Okay.
There was a popular movie years ago, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And they're making a sequel. And I think Netflix is producing that one.
Wow. So now Netflix is producers?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
They're owning shows, rights to shows, and they're exclusively with Netflix. I believe Orange is the New Black is a Netflix original.
Really?
I believe it's a Netflix original.
It is.
And so they don't quote me on it, but they were having some disruptions with the direction of the show.
Okay.
And so some of the head people in charge of the show, they, because of the disruption, they shut the show down for a while. And
what was it that?
I think it was the concept, the concept of whether or not they were going to. This is all rumors. Whether or not they were going to utilize more men in the show, and because the originator of the show was a female, is a lady who she. It's her concept is based on her life, and I think it was just a few disagreements from what I heard, and they shut the show down for a little while, and they just came to an agreement. They came back again for another season. But from my point is, because it was a Netflix original, you just can't take the show and say, well, I'm going to NBC, I'm going to WB or whatever. You're stuck. With Netflix, and that's the power of technology. As far as they went from just being someone who produce or bring out older movies to actually being a production company and
doing original content.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a trip to hear you talk about it like that. Because I was going to ask you, how do you feel that the digital technologies is reshaping film and theatrical? But you've already just kind of like answered it. So.
Yeah, but it's different because for us, especially like film, we like my brother said, it started to change based on the camera, based on some of the software. But in the theater, we were always stuck in this one cookie cutter concept. The 5 Aristotle elements, and you have to be there, and if you're not there, you missed a great show. And so, but what disrupted that was the emergence of the internet and software that can just change the way people see it.
Okay. Well, what I like to do is kind of hold that thought and pick back up on it when we come back from a quick commercial break. I'm so engaged into the conversation. I'm just like, wow, it's time to go to break already. But at this time we will take a quick break, and I'll also like to give a shout out to my boy Carl Dawson, because we're listening to his music here live on Pitch Live, which
Thank you,
all
ma'am.
his
Thank
music.
you, ma'am.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
started out like a totally normal day.
I love you.
I mean, I guess I was a little sweaty and I was definitely sore. I thought I had gas. Turns out I was having a heart attack. Heart disease is the #1 killer of American women. So now I take care of myself and tell the other women in my life to do the same. Make it your mission to save your life and the lives of the women you love. Find out more from the American Heart Association at goredforwomen.org.
Hi, this is Shelon Douglas, inviting you to join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, to demo your startup on air with a Pitch Live to Win syndicated digital broadcasting show. Join us as we share real conversations from real industry experts within the tech, education, media, and entertainment industries for your chance to win opportunities that will gain you access to resources, exposure, and capital. So remember to tune in to the Pitch Live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio. Or watch us and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality broadcast handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Rhonda Ray, inviting you to join us every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, for Hot Chicks Live. Join us as we discuss the latest fashion, entertainment, sports, and more. So don't forget to tune in to Hot Chicks Live every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio, or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Welcome back to Pitch Live here. We're streaming live at pitchlive.com, streaming to you from latalklive.com, live in our studios. I want to go ahead and continue where we picked back up from before we went on commercial break. But also, too, I'd like to invite our guests to call in. Here shortly, we have some pitches that are coming up with our startup pitches that are here live in the studio. And be sure to call in at 323-473-3100. We'll like to hear what you have to say and answer any questions that you may have around our topic around mastering or disruption within the media and the entertainment industries. So if I kind of go back and do a quick, recess of what we were talking about in regards to the types of technologies that are disrupting, within the media and entertainment industries. Carl, can you kind of go into regarding, I know we left off dealing with the film in a theater, right? But Carl, I want you to talk about how this is a huge problem when it comes to artists. And I'm talking about your top artists like the Beyoncés and, pop artists that are being challenged with this model being disrupted for them.
That's a long story. Let me sum this up.
Okay, yeah, sum it up.
The artist doesn't eat until the record company gets paid back first.
Okay.
So when people download the music, it affects the artist, but not immediately. It affects the record label.
Okay.
And the record label puts the pressure on the artist to send a message out. When you're doing that, you're taking money out of my family's mouth, because it prolongs their debt to the record company.
Okay.
Because all record companies are banks that give you a loan to further do your projects. So by it being disruptive, people would like to get stuff for free all day long. All day long. And if there's an opportunity, they're going to take it.
Okay.
But there's not enough caring for music anymore. And reason being is because a lot of things are being repetitious. They're being played over. They're being made over and over. The songs don't have soul no more. You know, things, they sound mechanic. They sound like robots. They, you know, you tell them what to do, that's what they do.
Yeah, because what happened to our Lenny Williams and maybe I went way back, but you know, Troop and what's some of them other ones?
Right. So when you don't satisfy your crowd, they become belligerent. They become, you know, what they call the bad guy. They do everything that it takes to disrupt, you know, the record sales, the promotions, you know, just the life of a musician. We didn't have those problems when we didn't have access to be able to do those types of things when records and cassette tapes were around. And from the grapevine, I heard they were trying to bring that back.
Really?
They were trying to. That's why they have USB record players, and they're just testing the waters.
Okay.
You know, so you kind of seeing the technology that's starting to come around to still incorporate with the computer, but also give you that same feeling you had when you didn't have a computer.
Okay.
You know, a lot of times we don't enjoy our music also is because it's too clean. Analog brought warm feeling.
Oh yeah.
You know, digital sounds too sharp.
Gotcha.
Where it pierces your soul to where you like, and you have to be under the influence of something to really enjoy it. Because as soon as you hear something, you don't like it.
Yeah.
But
just,
the radio,
just because of the quality of
I'm telling you, tones and clarity is the #1 key to either you're gonna like it or not. It has nothing to do with what he's saying or what instruments they use. It's the tones. It's the notes. And if the notes touch you, the way that it's being played, just imagine you go into a club and you only hear the bass line. Does it move you? Other instruments have to be implemented in order to create a feeling. When you listen to an instrumental, you know something is missing. Vocals are an instrument. So they bring things to the table also. So, I mean, you know.
Wow. Well, that's deep. I mean, but this is, by the way, I mean, I just feel like our time goes by so fast. There's no way that we could have a full, you know, engaged conversation. You know, this is part 1. We will definitely be having a part 2 of mastering disruption within the media and entertainment industries in the next couple of weeks coming up. So, you know, at that time, I might invite all of you guys back because this is such a serious conversation, and I'm like into it. I want to ask other questions, but I did promise the audience, and I do have, you know, other guests here that are ready to start their pitches, right? So at this time, I want to go ahead and have the opportunity to showcase some of our students who all had a chance to participate over the summer to our Tech IQ program. We have a couple of our guests here in the studio, and just for an experience with our audience, we're going to go ahead and shine some light on some of our students, and we're going to ask them to pitch their mobile applications that they had a chance and opportunity to learn the fundamentals of code design and startup methodologies. Hey, I'm so proud of all of them.
I could get that out.
You know, I'm really proud of our students because these are some high school students who attended Southwest College this summer, and they just got in there. They had no concepts of technology, digital technology, design, any of that stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to explain the process, and then I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first startup pitch. And the process is that each pitch will have 3 minutes to pitch. After the 3 minutes, they will then be cued to stop. And our judges, which are you guys, Charles, Craig, and Carl, you guys will have 2 minutes to pose questions to the pitches here and ask away, and from there we will move on to the next pitch. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our first pitch presenter. Her name is Joey Littleton. Hi, Joey. Joey is here with us this evening in the studio, you guys, live here at latalklive.com, and she's going to be pitching to us about the mobile app that her and her team, which is also here, called Ground Up. Right, Joey?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Don't be nervous. You got this. You got this. So at my cue, I'm going to tell you to start. And once you get ready to start, you have 3 minutes to pitch. After your 3 minutes, you will then be asked by the judges any questions that they may have. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Start.
Okay, so I'm Joey Littleton, and our app that we have been working on is called Ground Up Wars, and mainly it's focusing on teaching children and teenagers the fundamentals of conserving energy, and that's a problem that we face today with energy, and how, you know, it's getting worse. And so this game is to help them learn about the fundamentals of conserving energy, because we kind of don't really know why it's super important. And so we've researched it, and we saw that teenagers and kids tend to pay more attention when it's a fun gaming experience. So, as you know, not doing it like just teaching them, we incorporated that with a fun gaming experience. And it's where, you know, we have 2 characters, and you go through mazes to save your city/community from a power outage. So that our solution is to engage children and teenagers and let them know that this is important, and, you know, that they have the knowledge. They meet new friends online, of course, and they go through many and various, like, stages, and they can challenge their friends. And also they receive updates. They you know, do things that they want, and it's really fun. And you can build your own community. If you don't like challenges, you can build your own community. And we have, our target market is ages 10 through 19. Adults can play it too. And and our competitors, even though our competitors are Roblox and Clash of Clans, we put more like learning experience in it as well. I mean, Roblox and Clash of Clans is more of like a fun thing, but this is also learning and fun, so it's kind of mixture. And yeah, that's I'm the web developer. And
okay, thank you, Joey. Your time is up. Wonderful. You did an awesome job. Judges?
I want to ask, what made you come up with the concept of this app? And second, how much money is it going to take in order to build a prototype?
Well, we thought about this app because we were playing a whole bunch of energy games, and we saw that there were like, it was just a mixture of things, and we decided to like combine them. So it was like you know, mazes, and it wasn't like teaching them anything. And then we saw building communities, as you know, and Clash of Clans and all that. So it was like, that's how we kind of like, oh, let's do this, you know. To build a prototype, we thought about $25,000 to build a prototype. For us, yeah.
Sound like you know your stuff.
25,000.
Okay. Anyone else?
My question is, basically, what need does this app? What's the word I want? How does this help people directly? Like, how do you help people through your app? How does this educate me?
Well, it when you first start, it gives you step by step, and it really focuses on your level. You know, if you're like, it's built for your level. You can pick whichever fits you, and that's what we see is most important, is what you're comfortable for, and teaching you step by step on learning how to conserve energy.
Awesome.
Okay. Can you give me an example of how, like, something specific that would happen in the game, and how what educational objective would be met from that?
Well, one of our team members, he had this this great idea, where if you don't save your community or your city, you get attacked by monsters who like live on energy. So it's basically like kind of having that, you know, that kind of like monsters in it. It's and just like, you know, you have to do this, and it's kind of like putting that on the real world. You know, if you don't do this, you know, the bill is gonna go up and
yes,
different things
kids.
are gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Joey, I would like to thank you for coming out and doing your
you.
pitch.
Good job.
You did an awesome job. Before I let you go, can you tell the audience how old you are?
I am 14 years old.
Oh, how nice.
That's awesome.
Okay, well, thank you very much for going ahead and coming out and sharing your pitch with us. At this opportunity, I would like to go ahead and talk about our next startup that is being presented by our very own Sierra Lowe. And the name of her app is called Switch Swarm. She was also one of our students who was a part of the Code Tech IQ program this summer. Go ahead and put your headsets on, honey. And she will go ahead now. Sierra, again, I'm going to repeat. You have 3 minutes to pitch your mobile app to us. And after that, you have 2 minutes to be asked questions by our panel of judges right here. Are you ready? Okay, so on my mark, I'm going to tell you to start. Go ahead.
Hi. What Switch Storm is a game saving energy game, just like Joey's. And what it is it's mixed with Temple Run and Candy Crush, and it's basically for how, let's say, a celebrity plays this game, and the celebrity is the celebrity that's gonna run in the game, and he gets chased down by his fans, celebrities, and like groupies and haters. And those people are like basically telling them to like save energy. Like, why are you wasting it? Why aren't you helping others? And the more they keep on running, the more they start understanding this. And you can hit corners basically, and it's going to show them how to save the energy by using energy coins or like switch games, things like that. And you could time travel, so that's also dealing with the base of saving energy, of course. Keep repeating it. And basically it's the target market storage for 13 through 18, of course, and like adults can play as well if they like Michael Jackson's that's on it, of course. And what's more towards this is that it's towards education and entertainment. I like to make people laugh a lot, so to me it feels like it goes open and it feels more others entertained as well. So
Awesome.
And the competition, the competition I'm facing is Temple Run, Candy Crush, and Subway Surfers.
Interesting.
Very good.
Does that conclude your pitch?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. That was awesome. Judges, your questions?
How old are you?
15.
15. Okay. Who is your target market for this app?
13 through 18.
13 through 18.
And also adults can play if they like Michael Jackson or Justin Bieber or something
There
like that.
it is. Okay. Where will it be available? Is it going to be in a Play Store? Is it going to be in iTunes?
Well, it's going to be played as Play Store as free, and then it's going to show as a demo as well. And then once it hits as a demo, I should pay like 99 cents for it, and that's it.
Okay. How much money will it take in order to build this app out?
Well, I was talking to one of my friends, and basically what me and my friends were doing was that we thought that since I told them and talked to them about how my game is, and they said cool, and so they started telling me the cost and everything else. So they helped me out with this game app, which costs about at least 10-20 grand for that game to play. So
Okay.
So your competition is Temple Run and Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Those are some pretty popular games.
I know.
So what are you going to do to set your game apart from them? What plan do you have in terms of marketing and building an audience of people who are interested in your game?
Well, the building the audience is basically more of dealing with the coding and how it's likely for others to play. So I went on a survey around my school and I asked them about this, and they basically said that they would play the game as well, but I think that it leads to a more sufficient way of like we show more instead of like at least not much of like running in it, but also like traveling around the world. So.
And will people pay for it, or do you have a different business model in mind for your game?
They can pay for it, yeah, for like 99 cents.
99 cents.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to make some money.
Yeah.
What makes your game different from other energy-saving games? As far as I see your template and I see where you're going, but again, like I asked before, how can you educate me in the area of saving energy directly? Like, what ideas will you give me in your game that will just immediately motivate me to start turning my lights off? And
well, the ideas that I was showing was that, well, the people who are running will constantly be hearing things about negativity. And that's also dealing with how much you have bad energy or with positive energy. So I was going to combine like the negativity, what the people are going to say, the people who hate them or the people who are loving them.
okay.
So I wanted to show that as, well, something that's not going to be boring. And like, because like most of the games I played was like make me want to fall asleep. And I was just really tired of it. So I just feel like, well, maybe there should be a positive game. So yeah.
Very good.
That is awesome.
Very good.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out and doing the pitch presentation with us. So at this time, so what do you guys think so far?
Well, I'm greatly impressed by the ages of the young ladies who are pitching, and their and the innovation, the ideas that they have. It's incredible. I think when I was 13, I was trying to figure out what, how to clean my shoe. I was trying to get past the grades I was in. So this is incredible. But what impresses me is that they have an idea of how to solve a need.
Okay.
How to solve a problem that society is dealing with, and they're using technology to do that. That's very impressive.
Okay.
I just want to thank you for giving them a platform
Oh, thank you.
to express themselves. Without technology, we wouldn't even be here, and they wouldn't even have that opportunity.
That's right.
So this is where you can see where technology can be important and not be scary.
Right. And well, we also like to embark on our kids that, instead of being the customer all the time, why not be the creator?
Yeah,
so you see how their creative minds, their juices are just flowing, right?
Right.
That's it.
Well, we do have one more pitch presenter in the house, y'all.
There it is.
Hi, Tanya.
Having me.
Oh, thank you for coming and being here. So you've heard me explain this, and I'll just explain it one more time, that you have 3 minutes to pitch. And the name of Tanya's startup idea is called Ingavale. Did I have that right?
That's correct.
All right, perfect. So, Tanya, you have 3 minutes to pitch. After your 3 minutes, you'll be sounded by the buzz here, and then you have 2 minutes of question and answers from our fabulous panel of judges here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah, wait on my signal, and you may start.
Okay, thank you again. My concept is called Ingavale once again, and it is designed for the beauty industry. I don't know if any of you have ever worked in the beauty industry, but I have a cousin. My concept kind of derived from my cousin. She has a salon, shameless plug, to die for, DYE, in the Valley. And she's constantly complaining about her last-minute cancellations and how it affects her revenue, how it affects her life. And it's very disruptive. On the flip side, my daughter is constantly complaining about how her stylists are always canceling on her at the last minute and she can't get her hair done. So the concept is to bridge that divide. So we're going to match available stylists with those who are willing to take a chance and get their hair done by someone else other than their stylist. Because I don't know, I personally have been in the position to where I want to get my hair done, and the person who needs to do mine is not available either. Neither is the backup. So this concept is going to be a bridge kind of between Uber and Match.com. Uber uses the technology of matching available drivers with riders who need a ride, and it's totally GPS app based, and it's GPS designed. Match.com, it matches people together based on a profile that they've created and the things that they like and dislike. So what the app will do, it will allow stylists who are available to, it will geographically place stylists who are available in the user's designated area, and they will also have the ability to see a profile of that service provider. So the stylist will indicate that they're available to take a last-minute service based on a cancellation or a schedule change, and the user, and this is for barbers as well, and the user will be able to review several profiles and then select 1 to 3 profiles that interest them, and they will then ping the individuals who are available to provide the services, and those who are available to provide the services will then respond. So at that point, they can connect with one another to see if there's a match, and then the service provider can then create revenue, and the person who needs the service will get their hair either cut, styled, or blow dried, or the barber will, or the person who wants that haircut can get a haircut. And it's going to be a membership-based program for the stylist, but the app will be free for the user. So that's how the revenue is going to be generated. Primary competitor, I guess, will be StyleSeat right now.
And there we have it, y'all. 3 minutes. Awesome job. I want to use that right now. Judges, we have just a few minutes left, so let's go ahead and open up for your questions.
I like the concept. My only question is, how do you know that there's a market for it? Like Uber, there's a lot of people who need a ride. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who want to find a match. Mm-hmm. Have you done any research as to like how many people would use this? Like what's the actual market like? I
have not done an official survey, but I will be working on that. But I do know from personal experience and from several stylists, they do complain about last minute. I do know a few stylists who complain about last minute cancellations. And again, my daughter does this like literally every week. Somebody's like canceling on her. And I've had that issue as well. And sometimes you may have a special engagement that you didn't really plan for, and you just can't find anybody to do your hair, and you need options that are close to you.
Mm-hmm. And how much would each individual stylist pay the membership fee?
Initially, I'm looking at about $30 to $50 a month. And so if
they get like 1 or 2 to come in from that, it's basically paid for.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyone else? We got about 2 minutes left.
Well, it does supply a need, but you haven't taken the survey yet. But it is the only question I have about it is, how well have your competitors been in the same field? Because it goes back to his question, if they're a niche, you may have some underground hairstylists who may not want to pay $50.
This is true. StyleSeat is growing in popularity. It's becoming quite popular because a lot of stylists are also recognizing that they need more consistency. And I do have one, and this is also part of a larger software package that's being developed. Mm-hmm. But I do have one stylist who says that she needs more regularity, and one of the reasons why she was able to purchase her car is because she used the StyleSeat app. So I'm improving upon the StyleSeat app.
Okay. Wow. Well, you know what? I hate to cut us off, you guys. And again, like I said, this is only part 1. We're going to do a part 2. Tanya, thank you so much for coming out and sharing your pitch. I want to be first on board. You put my email up in your community list right now because I want to know when that comes out. But I just want to say thank you so much to all of you who came out and shared your passionate precious time to come out and share your input within mastering disruption within the media and entertainment industries. Before we go, please tell the audience how they can contact you. Go ahead.
You can reach me always on the campus of Southwest, Administrative Vice President, or you can email me at PastorCraig29@AOL.com and visit my church, St. John, South Central.
Awesome. Charles?
All right. You can reach me on LinkedIn, Charles Hollins, or you can reach me by email at cghollins@gmail.com.
Carl?
You can reach me at Clockwise, that's KLOCKWIZE @yahoo.com, or you can go to SoundCloud to hear more music of mine at soundcloud.com/Unlimited Potential Music Group.
That's right. You guys hear this music? This is all produced by our infamous Carl. Thank you so much for tuning in with us at Pitch Live, streaming live here at latalklive.com, where we're here every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Shelon Douglas, also known as the Innovation Strategist. Take care, y'all.
LA Talk Live, reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.